Okay. Ms. Supritika, I can see something written on the right hand side also. Can you please tell for our viewers what is it?
Yeah, to make our, yes, sure, I can tell you that to make our classroom inclusive, I've converted the poem into Braille. So we can cater other students in the classroom as well. So we have, like we have interpreter over here, the Braille text help the student with visual problem in reading the poem, and then I have added color contrasted thing also, so it will help the low vision also, low vision students as well.
Okay. So let us begin with the session. What all activities you have, what all we are supposed to do in this session today. We have read the poem.
Yeah, so you have got an idea, ma'am, that this poem is about a child who has his imagination, who want to draw his little house, and he has some specific things, or she has some specific things which they want to draw, and specific number as well as per the imagination. So let's begin the poem, and line by line I'll explain.
Okay.
And let's do it. And I have added animation in the poem also to make it a little more better, and a child will able to associate the things with the poem. On my blackboard, I can draw. So on my blackboard, I can draw one little house with one green door, two brown gates that open wide, three red steps that lead inside, four little chimneys painted white, five little windows shining bright, six yellow marigold straight and tall, growing up against the wall. Here I would like to show you what are marigold flowers. So students, you can find these marigold flowers easily. So what happened, like I'll show you these marigold flowers. You can see here these marigold flowers, and these are very easily available, and you can see these marigold flowers anywhere in the garden. So they are yellow, these marigold flowers, and these marigold flowers are available throughout the year. सारे साल ये marigold flowers आपको देखने को मिलते हैं. So a child only want a marigold flowers, that is straight and tall against the wall of the house he is imagining. So, Kriti ma'am, this was the poem
Okay.
which we have done.
Right.
So,
and I can see in the explanation of the poem also you have used Braille.
yes, I've used Braille because again, line by line, a child is able to read the poem and understand the meaning.
Right, right.
I have added animation also because animation helps in generating the interest, because as you can see that I was when the poem is going on, I was showing like four little chimneys painted white. So four little chimneys came. This was showing an association what are chimneys, because a small child doesn't know what are chimneys.
Right.
So windows I've shown like how 5 windows they want. 6 yellow marigolds straight and tall. So I have shown the picture of 6 yellow marigolds.
So with the help of this animation, it becomes easy for the teachers, educators to explain the concept more easily into the classroom.
Exactly. In fact, a child is able to generate the interest. They learn vocabulary, because some of them we can't expect every child to know about everything.
Right.
So these are the new words. Sometimes marigold flower, chimney, and window they can associate. Like what are windows? So door, gate, what is the difference between door and gates? So with the animation, like one by one, when the things were appearing, the child is able to make an association, increase the vocabulary, and understand the concept as well.
Correct. So let's go forward with the session.
Yeah, sure. So now let's have a summary of the poem. Summary. Do you know what a summary of the poem means? it means gist of the poem.
Gist
what
of the poem.
actually is in the poem. So this poem tells us about the thinking and the imagination of the child. As a child, we imagine so many things, you know. So this poem tells us about like how the child thinks that how his little house has to be like. उसके छोटे से घर के अंदर क्या क्या होना चाहिए, उसके छोटे से घर के अंदर एक डोर होना चाहिए, and that too वो green door ही होना चाहिए, brown gates. He wants in his house, and he wants only marigold flower, not other flowers, no rose flower. He only want a marigold flower. Okay, and only 6 windows, 4 chimneys. So this is what, you know, we understood that the summary of the poem is like a child only want specific things as per his imagination. The child decided to draw a little house on the blackboard. He tells us in the poem what he wants to draw around his house. He also tells us how many things are there in his house. So let's conduct an activity now. So we'll recite it and let's conduct a activity. So Kriti ma'am, you have a board. I have given you a board.
Right.
And let's take a chalk now and let's be a small kid of class 2.
Let us try whether we can do it.
Yeah, sure. Now I'll be reciting and you'll draw. Okay. And
Okay.
on my blackboard.
So this is my blackboard where I'll try to draw.
Yeah. I can draw one little house.
One little house.
You have to be a little quick. One little house with
Okay.
one green door. Wonderful.
That's a challenge for me as well.
Wow.
Okay.
It's really nice. 2
What
brown gates that open wide.
2 brown gates.
Gates. 2 brown gates.
I have drawn one, so let's make it 2 from
Yes,
this.
yes. 2 brown gates that open
Opens
wide.
wide. Okay.
3 red steps that lead inside.
3 red steps. You are actually checking my art skills also today in this session, but
Oh.
it is actually good, you know, in such sessions. Art integrated learning, I personally feel, in inclusive classrooms has to be enhanced, and every subject can be inculcated with the help of art. Yes.
True. And 4 little chimneys painted white. Let's be little quick. 4 little chimneys painted white.
4 little chimneys.
5 windows shining bright.
Okay, 4 little chimneys.
And 6 yellow marigolds straight and tall growing up against the wall. So again 2 minutes for you.
4 little chimneys we have made, and what is next?
No. 5 little windows shining bright and 6 yellow
5
marigolds.
little windows. How can I do 5 windows?
So
let me see.
we are
Okay, now we have 5 windows now, 4 chimneys, and how many marigolds? 6.
so as according to this we are checking the retention of the child, how much child
Okay.
can retain. So let's look at the picture which Kriti ma'am
I'm
has
still
made.
into the process of making the flowers, but anyways, so this is what I have made, and we were trying to make a house, then the door, then whatever you recall, I was just trying to give it a look.
So now you read it out and I'll do this activity.
Okay, now I will read for you.
Yeah.
On my blackboard,
Yes.
I can draw
Yes.
one little house with green door,
Okay.
2 brown gates that open wide,
This is my green door and these are my gates. Okay.
3 red steps that lead inside,
1, 2 and
4 little chimneys painted white,
okay.
5 little windows shining bright, 6 yellow marigolds straight and tall growing up against the wall.
So my 5 windows and then I have to draw 6 little marigolds. 1, 2, 3, 4,
And as you can see on the screen, viewers, our expert for today, Miss Supratika, is drawing on the command which is being delivered.
Yeah.
As in with the teacher, with the help of the teacher's command, the child can just imagine and draw.
So this we can understand that a child follows the instructions.
Right.
So when I was, when I was reading and, you were recalling and then you were drawing. So we can understand like how the child is, getting the instructions, how the child is implicating the, following the instructions. So this is the way. And now Kriti ma'am, like the drawing, I know you are much better than me. I can't draw
you have
that.
drawn very well. I was still into the process. Yes.
So some kids are in the classroom, some students are in the classroom who cannot draw. So now how the teacher can deliver? We can't leave the students. So we have a diverse classroom. So how we can, make them understand about the poem. So let's do one more activity now.
Sure, sure.
So let's do one more activity.
So this is what we bring these sessions for viewers. See, we are showing various mediums through which you can actually enhance your teaching skills in inclusive classrooms. Yes, Ms. Supratika.
So now let's begin the activity. So the activity is like, I'll recite the poem and I'll just, follow the instruction. On my blackboard, I can draw. Okay, on my blackboard, I can draw one little house. This is my little house. One little house with one green door. Two brown gates that open wide. I've placed my gates here. Student can place them, okay, as per their choice. They can place anywhere. So like this. And another line is that 3 red steps that lead inside. 3 red steps that lead inside. And 4 little chimneys. These are my chimneys. 4 little chimneys painted white. 5 little windows. 5 little windows. One more. Shining bright. 6 yellow marigolds, straight and tall, standing up against the wall. So these are my 6 yellow marigold flowers. So this is the way the student who doesn't want to draw or who doesn't know art, so they can, teacher can perform this type of activity, and she can generate the interest of student so that they can even participate and understand the concept.
And it is very nice. It appears to be so beautiful with such vibrant colors. You have prepared all these resource material, Supratika ji, and it is very important for educators to understand when the student is not willing to draw. Exactly. Or maybe shy to draw. So these kind of resource materials can be used, and it appears to be so beautiful. You can just see on the screen.
Ma'am, one more thing, like we can use these for like color coding is there, colors are there. So these can be used with specific learning disability students and then visually impaired also, because you can see that specific shape is there.
The texture, because I can see the texture of the paper is little hard and and little tactile it is, so it can be
used with visual impaired. And what we can do is that we can use for recapitulation also, and we can even understand a child is counting the things,
Right.
And they have their own imagination in this as well. Like I have placed the windows like this, they can place it this way also.
So not just the literacy, but we are working on the numeracy skills also of the children.
And the imagination.
Imagination, of course, of course.
So this is our poem, and now shall we move towards the next slide?
Yes, please.
So these are the words which we are going to do today. So let's do these words together. D-R-A-W, draw. D-R-A-I-N, drain. D-R-I-P, drip. B-R-O-W-N, brown. B-R-A-I-N, brain. B-L-O-C-K, block. T-H-R-E-E, that is T-H-R, three. Three. What are the three things we had in our poem? What are the three things? Three red steps. So, three, throw. T-H-R-O-W, throw. T-H-R-E-A-D, threat. Grow. G-R-O-W, grow. G-R-A-P-E-S, grapes. G-R-E-Y, grey. So, let's do it together, Kriti ma'am, little fast.
Yes,
okay?
let's do it.
Draw, drain, drip, brown brain, block, three, throw, threat, grow, grapes, grey. We can do it in the classroom, and we can check like how our students can like speak, and we can rectify, they can increase the vocabulary also. So, this is like we have done this, and now.
Okay, so these are the new words on your screen, viewers, which we have learnt in this poem, and the first word is little. The spelling would be L-I-T-T-L-E. The second word is chimney, which was used repeatedly in the poem, and the spelling would be C-H-I-M-N-E-Y. And the last word which we have learned today in this poem would be straight. S-T-R-A-I-G-H-T. So, these are the new words which you have learned, which you have to learn, and the spellings of which we have shared with you through the screen.
So, shall we move toward the homework?
Yes.
So, homework is like, students, how many windows does the house have in this poem? So, how many windows does the house have in this poem? The next question is, where do the marigold grow? Marigold is a flower, so you need to mention where do the marigold grows. So, let's move to the modified version of this homework. How many windows does the house have in this poem? How many windows does the house have in this poem? 2 or 3? Students, you need to mark the correct answer. Okay. 2 or 5. Now, where do the marigold grows? Where do the marigold grows? Against the wall, first option, and the next is on the window. Against the wall, and the next option is on the window. You need to mark the correct option. Alright, so I'll be waiting for your work.
So, this was the homework assignment assigned to you, viewers, and the children can certainly submit this assignment on the email ID which has been screened on your screens. You can note down the questions which you have got today here, and you can send all these assignments to our email address. We will be surely sharing all this with our expert. So, Pritika ji, being a special educator, how would you tell our viewers, our teachers who are watching us, how can we actually, in these diversified classrooms, how can we enhance our skills in terms of inclusivity? If you could just brief.
Have you, you have seen the way I have, planned the content, the poem I have planned, I have kept universal design for learning in my mind while planning this. So, I have catered all types of learner like visual learner, auditory learner, kinesthetic learner. So, for the visual learners, those who learn by seeing, the presentation was there. For the learners who, animation was there also. So, the learner who can learn by hearing. So, I was reciting it again and again. And, and for the kinesthetic, I was doing the activities. So, we have, cater all type of learners, and, if I talk about disabilities also, so we have catered all, specific things, and to make the content understand to the students.
Okay.
So, this way we can plan, we can recapitulate, we can repeat the things, so with the actions, with the with the teaching learning material, so that student is able to understand the concept, the
Correct.
material, the things which we are using actually, and through this they can increase the vocabulary as well.
So at the same time, simultaneously with all such resource material, we were working on the literacy, numeracy, art, all was captured in a single session of 30 minutes. You can see viewers, and like this only you have to use resource material, you have to make your lessons plan teachers this way, you have to use as much as vibrant colors. I was telling that keeping the visually impaired students in mind, you have used the thick paper. I mean, generally we don't get a general paper of craft material which is that much thick, but Supritika ji has used a little thicker paper with which a visually impaired student can just touch and feel, and you can just see on the screen how beautifully the poem has appeared to be, that the house was the child who imagined the house has appeared to be this way.
Yes, exactly. And you know, teacher can do recapitulation again and again using these material. So, you know, it will be always easy. You know, teacher can show what are marigold flowers, a student can pick, what are chimneys. So, she can, you know, enhance the vocabulary of the child also.
Absolutely. So, before we wrap up today's session, Supritika ji, as it was so good, so vibrant, such a lovely session, I would request you to kindly give it a read to the poem, so that it's a recall of the entire session to our viewers also.
Sure, sure. Let's do it. Let's do it together.
Let's come to the very first screen of the poem, where we can just read out the poem loudly for all of you, for all the viewers, and we can see the animation also of this poem.
All right. You would like to see the animation as well?
Yes, absolutely. It's such a beautiful animation you have made, put in so much of efforts. So it is very important to go from this screen that how the teachers have to make the lesson plans. Please.
Sure, let's move. On my blackboard, I can draw. On my blackboard, I can draw. One little house with one green door, two brown gates that open wide, three red steps that lead inside, four little chimneys painted white, five little windows shining bright, six yellow marigolds straight and tall, growing up against the wall. So students, now I believe you are able to recite the poem on your own. So this way we end the poem, Kriti ma'am. So this was our poem, On My Blackboard I Can Draw.
Any input through you or any conclusion remark by you for all our viewers today?
Yes, I just want to conclude that teachers do not limit the imagination of the students. You can use different kind of material. You can, you know, tell them to draw their imaginative house. Why only, chimneys are placed in the way I have placed in the animation. It can be anywhere on the top, you know.
Yes.
On the sliding of the house also. Why houses in this way, they can draw in some other way also. So this way we can see the imagination of the child.
So we have to let them free flow, however they are thinking, whatever their imagination is.
Yes.
We have to put that in front, and as it is said through you, that if the child is not willing to draw, you may use the different aids.
Yes.
To just have the activity done.
Let the child to enact, let the child to perform the poem. Some can dance with the poem, some can, speak, some other can, draw. So we have different sort of things in our class. With a single poem, we can, make our, create a magic in the classroom.
Absolutely, we can create a magic in the classroom, and this reminds me of the fact that role play can also be done with the help of these poem lines itself, that we can let the children imagine or build up a home.
Yes.
They can even give it a role play. What would you suggest about it?
Yes, they can, tap, they can, clap, and they can, recite the poem, and some can enact, some can become marigold flowers also. So
Absolutely.
it depends how you are going to deliver the poem in the class. There are so many ways to engage our diverse learners.
And it will be actually visually very rich if 6 of the little children are standing being the straight marigold flowers, and one is being the house maybe with the roof with the keeping his or her hands in a triangular shape.
Yes.
And few of them becoming chimneys of 4 shapes of different sizes.
Yes.
What would you say about it?
Exactly. It's going to be vibrant, you know. The class will be lively, student will be involved, engaged, and you know, will be able to cater the need of diverse learners through this.
Okay, so we have learned today in this session that how we can amalgamate all subjects into one, and how we can enrich the inclusivity of a diversified classroom.
Sure.
And I really thank you, Supratika ji, for not just being here with us, but the amount of efforts you have put into for today's session, the different activities, the different ideas you have put in for today's session. It is really a pleasure having you today here.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And I thank Madhu also, our interpreter, for this session. And here I would like to tell you viewers that academic session for 2023 and 24 has already begun. If you wish to read NCERT textbooks, you may directly come to New Delhi's Publication Division Department, and there you can buy these books. The timing for these books would be 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and these books are available entire week, and they'll be available on Saturday, Sundays as well, and all gazetted holidays too. And if you want to place an online order for these books, you can simply log into NCERT's official website, and there, after placing the order, you will be getting these books right at your doorstep without any delivery charge. And if you wish to read the PDF version of these books, you can simply log into NCERT's official website. There all the textbooks are available in PDF versions. Other than that, you can download the mobile application of ePathshala, Diksha and NCERT, and there all the textbooks are available in PDF version. So this was an English session for standard 2nd students for the inclusive classrooms. Thank you. Namaskar.